Larissa, congratulations. Can you just give us an overview of your new role, please?
Yeah, so I'm going to be based in Connacht, obviously with the shiny new gear. I'm going to be working with 16 to 23-year-olds. We're going to be working around player identification, player development, and working in the Centres of Excellence that have been identified. So I'll be based in Galway initially, with the hope maybe to expand and to grow that role. So yeah, that the weekly schedule is yet to be drawn out. We're looking at weekly pitch sessions. We have an athletic performance coach who's going to be assisting me, and Caffrey. So yeah, really exciting times ahead. And
you've had a very busy few weeks with the under-18s as well. Could you maybe just give us a quick update on how they went?
Yes, so we were in camp since February. They had their inter-provincial series, and then from that we selected a squad of 38 girls. We brought them in. We had 4 weekend camps, and then we went off to Wellington over in England, where we played in the under-18 Six Nations. Really successful campaign, highly competitive on the world stage against the likes of France and England. Only one try separates us from those top tier nations. We beat Scotland very well, Italy very well, full rotations of the squad, and we just lost out to Wales in the last play of the game. So the girls were disheartened, but like that's what we want to give them, is those opportunities to live and learn through playing high competitive fixtures.
Great, thank you. Claire, Ashton?
Yeah, just Larissa, in terms of timelines, I suppose, obviously this is a long-term project, but what do you see, like what kind of goals have you outlined in terms of identifying players, what kind of numbers are you looking at in terms of bringing people through, and how long, what kind of timeline are you looking at?
Yeah, so we met 2 days ago, so we've laid out a 3-month plan. For me initially, it's about to understand the landscape. So we do have NTS girls who have been identified. However, for me, it's really important to go and meet the key stakeholders, the universities, the lay of the land, the clubs, the provinces. They're already doing amazing jobs. Then from that, we have a squad, I think it's 10 plus of NTS girls with room for growth. Then we're going to have, camps within October, January, times where we're going to bring all those provinces, those NTS girls together with the room for growth. And then obviously that conveyor belt will begin then to grow and into the centralised programme, or whether it's 7s or whether it's 15s. So that's the aim. So for the first 3 months, it's about to get to know the players. That's the plan, and build up the landscape, and what the weekly working alongside the clubs and provinces is really important.
So it's through universities, is it? What role do the schools play? Obviously, we know in the boys' game, the schools is the majorly important conveyor belt. Are you going into secondary school level to get girls?
Yeah, so it's from 16 to 23. So absolutely. So we're going to be flagging. So it's really important. We're going to have a working group working on the ground, people that we trust and we rely on. We're going to operate out of a flagging system. That's from the schools, from the clubs, universities, crossover athletes. They'll be flagged, and then they will bring them in and potentially give them maybe a 6-week programme, an opportunity to see what they're about. So absolutely we'll be working with the schools. A lot of work is going to be with the domestic game as well. So I'm very aware that Wendy and Emer will serve a big role in this whole programme. All domestic staff, and I've come from Leinster, I've already worked as a women's development officer, so I know the importance of what happens at grassroots and how that will marry into high performance.
And how does it fit into the provincial structure then?
In relation to what, sorry?
In terms of the girls coming through, do the provinces play a role in that then in terms of developing?
Yeah, so for example, they have Interpros this Saturday, next Saturday. From that, it is under 16, under 18, 7s. From that interprovincial, those girls will be selected and go and perform in Rugby Europe with the under 18s. And then they're going to obviously play in the under 18 Interpros, that is back to back with the senior campaign. We will be identifying girls through that, and if girls have been identified as that extra 10% athlete, we'll bring them into the national talent squad. And if you're in Ballina, they'll obviously be based with me in Connacht, and that's how it kind of all marries in together. But it's really important that we're all aligned and we all work together, so we're not overloading them. We're an extra resource to facilitate them to accelerate to the next level.
Yeah, just in relation to the senior team, the 15s, obviously there's been a lot of controversial stories over the last number of months and years, really. How do you address that with such young girls that are hoping to get to that point?
Yeah, I suppose that's actually we had this conversation with the under 18 girls in Wellington, and we had very open, honest conversations. It has been, and like my heart absolutely goes out, because I've been there, I've done that, I've been on the winning stage, and I've been where we started at nothing. I understand where we're at, and I think it's just being about very open and honest with the players. You know, everybody's entitled to their own views, but there's so many good stuff happening now, and we need to constantly reiterate that and broadcast it and send that message out that we're here, the structures are being put in place. Rome wasn't built in a day. And we're giving them massive carrots at the end of that stick to be like, here we are now. If you're good enough, you're going to be here. If not, you're still playing in your club. You've got your provincial objectives, and everything lends hand in hand. So yeah, for me, it's just being open and transparent. And look, as I said, we are with the senior level, but this is here now to be able to promote that and to grow the game.
Some of these girls at the minute will be school and college.
Yeah.
At the moment, so they hope to push on maybe to get contracts. You know, that's a great initiative that is there at the moment. It's not a massive amount of money, so some of these girls will maybe aim to that, but how do they have life outside that too? Will you be involved in, I suppose, how they'll push on and progress within rugby and also outside to know the best choice for them?
Yeah, I think for me, and actually speaking to the girls, it's not about the contracts. For them, it's actually about getting opportunities to play in that green jersey and perform. So the more competitions that we are providing, so whether it's through AIL, through its university, through its under 18s, under 20s, under 18 Six Nations, that's what they want. And all they want to see is clear vision and a clear alignment. The contracts didn't really come up. Look, money is money, and it is a great opportunity for the girls, but it's actually about playing that high competition for these young girls, and that's all we want to keep steering them towards.
Thanks. Michael?
Yeah. Hi, Larissa.
Hi.
You were at the cold face now of getting young girls interested and getting them to stay in rugby. There's a lot of competition with other sports, with Gaelic football, camogie. Is there room for a conversation when you look at the other sports like Gaelic football, Aussie rules, basketball, Olympic handball? They've adapted the rules for female athletes, that the ball size is smaller, or the hurdles aren't as tall. Is there room for discussion on adapting rules to fit female physiology so that girls will stay interested if you have competition with other sports?
Yeah, I obviously came through a GA background. I played Gaelic football since I was about 6, 7. I didn't transfer over to rugby until I was TY, so about 15, 16. To me, rugby is rugby, and there's no, from me playing from that age and from my own playing experience in that, the only thing maybe I would say is the size of the ball. Could it speed up the game? But for me, there's no difference overall. And like, I know at under 18s and age grades, they play with size 4 and that, so maybe that would be the only thing I would change. But overall, the rules are set, and it's a game for all, and that's it.